Hello and welcome to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. This is Shailaja. And my recipe for you today is actually a very healthy one which you can actually even have for breakfast. The recipe I'm going to show you today is a Raisin Bran Muffin. And it's healthy because we're going to incorporate some wonderful wheat bran into the recipe. So let's see what we're going to need for this recipe. Refined flour, wheat bran, buttermilk, brown sugar, egg, vegetable oil, raisins, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla essence, salt. So let me show you how we are going to proceed with this recipe. I've got the wheat bran, so I'm just going to add it into the bowl, and I'm going to add the buttermilk to the wheat bran, and we'll just mix this up a little bit. Now you would want to let this rest for about 5 minutes so that the wheat bran absorbs all the buttermilk. Now there are a couple things that I want to tell you about the buttermilk. What we've done here is one method in which you can actually just make a simple mixture for the buttermilk. It's just yogurt and water which has been mixed together and diluted, and your buttermilk is ready. Now in the event that you cannot buy the buttermilk, or say for instance you didn't even have yogurt at home, what you could really do is, for say 1 cup of milk, you could add in about a tablespoon of either white vinegar or even a lemon juice, and let this rest for about 5 to 7 minutes, and there you go, you have instant buttermilk ready. So you don't really need to panic in case you don't have buttermilk at home. So I'm just going to keep this aside for a moment and we'll get the other ingredients together. So I have my flour and the baking powder and the soda and the salt. So we'll just mix this together. So I'm just going to mix the flour, add in some salt. To this I'm going to add the baking powder and the baking soda, and you just want to stir this in nicely so that it all kind of combines well. So this is looking good, and we'll just put this aside for a moment. So we've got 2 of the ingredients ready. Now I want to mix all the liquid ingredients. So I'm just going to take the egg, and you don't really need to whip it up or anything, just lightly beat it up a little bit and add it in here. And I'm going to go ahead and add some oil. I'm going to go ahead and add the vanilla essence and mix this up. So our bran now has been resting for about 5-7 minutes, and you can see that the buttermilk has mixed in well and the wheat bran has absorbed all the buttermilk. So this is good to go. So let's now get everything mixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and add the brown sugar to our flour and mix this up. Now as you may know, wheat bran is really high in fiber, and that's excellent for you if you incorporate that into your daily breakfast or even as a snack. So we can add the bran mixture into this as well and just mix this up. And then lastly we'll add in the liquid mixture to our dry mixture, and again just mix this up well. Now as you can see, the mixture is not very excessively wet, but that's all right. You just want to get the ingredients all combined well. And then of course lastly we're going to add in some raisins. I've chosen raisins because they work really well in this recipe. You could even chop in some fresh dates if you wish. It goes in really well, or even maybe if you have some fresh or frozen berries, blueberries, cranberries, they all work really well in this recipe, and that's a great way of combining fruits into this muffin recipe. So, our batter is nice and well combined, and I have preheated the oven for about 20 minutes now, and it's been set at about 190 degrees. So, I'm just going to fill in this batter into our tray here. And as I say often in baking, it's really important that your oven temperature should be precise, and you should absolutely let the oven preheat for at least about 15 to 20 minutes. Your cake or your cupcakes go into the oven. That way it really brings about the best in your whatever that you're trying to make. Because if you don't do that, what would happen is you would be putting it into a cold oven, and it's going to alter your entire baking process. So, this is looking great. So, this is ready to go in. Just wanted to share a tip, especially because we are using the bran here. The bran absorbs all the liquid fairly fast, and if at any stage you feel that it has become a bit too thick, you could feel free to either add in a couple of tablespoons of either the buttermilk or even good milk which has been at room temperature can be added to just kind of get it to a smoother consistency. So, this is all set to go into the oven. The oven's been preheated at 190 Celsius, and these should bake in about 15 to 20 minutes. And there you go, these delicious healthy Raisin Bran muffins just came out of the oven. These took about 20 minutes to bake. They smell absolutely fantastic, and if I were you, I would actually definitely eat these for breakfast. With the bran and the raisins, they're so amazing straight out in the morning. I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe, and do try it out. Thanks for watching. So, if you like our videos, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay connected and happy cooking.